Whale species. First things first. The blue whale is the largest animal on Earth, while the beluga whale is known for its white color and vocal sounds. The killer whale, also called orca, is a top predator with distinct black and white coloring. The humpback whale is famous for its songs and acrobatics. The whale shark, despite its name, is the largest fish, not a true whale. The sperm whale with a massive head is known for diving deep. Whale numbers. So how many whales are living today? Scientists estimate there are about 10,000 to 25,000 blue whales, around 150,000 beluga whales, roughly 50,000 orcas, around 80,000 humpback whales, roughly 220,000 whale sharks, and about 300,000 to 450,000 sperm whales. Whale hunting. In the 1900s, many whales roamed the planet. But then humans killed around 3 million whales for their oil to make light, soap, and margarine, used their baleen in clothing, ate their meat, and used them in fragrances, pushing some to near extinction. In 1986, the International Whaling Commission introduced a stop on commercial whaling to protect and recover whale populations. Today, although the stop on commercial whaling, many whale populations remain depleted. Mammals. Blue whales are mammals like us. Living in cold water, they maintain a constant warm body temperature, making them warm-blooded, a key trait of mammals. Their blood is pumped by their enormous heart, which has 4 chambers like ours. This heart weighs about 1,300 pounds, 600 kilograms, roughly the size of a small car, and its beat can be detected from over 2 miles away. We also share many bone structures due to our common evolutionary history, despite differences in size and habitat. Both have similar structures in their skulls, spines, rib cages, and limb bones. The whale's flippers contain bones that resemble the human arm and hand. These similarities highlight our shared evolutionary history, despite our different adaptations to land and water environments. Babies. Whale babies, like ours, are born live after a 10 to 12-month pregnancy, slightly longer than humans. These sweet baby whale calves drink lots of rich, fatty milk from their mothers to grow fast, just like human babies. Did you know some human babies are born with lots of hair? They might lose it before it grows back. Similarly, blue whale calves have some hair around their rostrum, chin, and jawline for sensory purposes. As they grow, these hairs become less noticeable. Adult blue whales have few visible hairs, they rely on hearing and touch. Breathing. Both blue whales and humans breathe air using lungs. Blue whales surface regularly to breathe through their blowholes. It produces a magnificent blow that reaches up to 30 feet, that means 9 meters. This spray, a mix of air and water vapor, is roughly the height of a 3-story house. Diving. Have you ever wondered how you do against a whale in a breath-holding contest? Whales can hold their breath for an impressive 20 to 30 minutes on average and sometimes dive for up to 90 minutes without surfacing. They've evolved specific adaptations for these long dives, storing oxygen in their muscles, blood, and lungs, and slowing their heart rate to conserve oxygen. The average human can hold the breath between 30 seconds to 2 minutes without training. With practice, free divers can significantly extend this, with some holding their breath for over 10 minutes. Which is already 1/9 of the blue whale's maximum time. Still not bad for a land mammal. Missing whales. Can you imagine how many more whales would be on Earth if they weren't hunted? Take a guess and leave a comment with your estimate.
Now let's do the math. Large whales give birth to 1 calf every 2 to 3 years, but we'll use the conservative estimate of 1 calf every 3 years. Next, at what age do they start having babies? Whales, like kids, grow up slowly and might have their first baby around 20 to 30 years old, much later than most animals. This is because whales live for a long time and take many years to grow up and become adults. Let's calculate for a pair of blue whales. With a calf every 3 years over 50 years of maturity, a pair could have 16 to 17 calves. Assuming half the calves don't survive, that's about 8 calves, or 4 per whale. Now, if 3 million whales hadn't been killed, for a more reasonable estimate, if each of the 3 million killed whales had 2 surviving calves over their lifetimes, that would result in about 6 million additional whales. So, there could be around 6 to 12 million more whales today.
Can you imagine a world with 6 to 12 million more whales roaming the oceans? Think back of the absolute numbers of whale living today we mentioned before. What was your guess? Whale brain. Blue whales have big, complex brains and show signs of being really smart. Their brain is even bigger than the human brain, but compared to their body size, it's relatively small. They communicate with each other using unique sounds and have social structures, just like humans. You and I also have highly developed brains that let us think, talk, and interact in advanced ways. So we share with the blue whales some amazing brainpower and social skills. Now, what are their social behaviors? Songs. Humpback whales are famous for their complex songs, which can last for hours and help them find mates. Other whales, like blue whales and fin whales, also produce unique sounds. They use low-frequency calls that travel incredibly far underwater, allowing communication across vast distances. Let's listen to these singing whales. Toothed whales, like sperm whales, use clicks and whistles to communicate and navigate. These sounds act like a built-in sonar system, helping them hunt and find their way in the deep ocean. This sonar system is similar to what bats use, called echolocation. They make sounds that bounce off objects and return as echoes to help them see their environment, essential for navigating and hunting in the dark. Play. Whales often live in groups called pods. Orcas are a great example, living in close-knit family groups led by a matriarch. These pods team up to hunt and take care of their little ones. It's all about family and teamwork in the whale world. They also love to have fun. They often breach, tail slap, and rub against each other. These activities help with communication, social bonding, play, and removing parasites. Whales love to build connections and having a good time. Food. The biggest creatures on Earth feed on one of the tiniest. Krill. How much does a blue whale eat? What's your guess? 500 kilograms? 1 ton? 4 tons? The answer is, a blue whale consumes incredible 4 tons, 8,000 pounds, of krill daily during the feeding season. The feeding season is when animals, including blue whales, eat a lot to build up energy reserves or support important life stages like growth, babies, or travel. Looking at 4 tons of krill every day, how many krill is that? What do you think? Take a guess before we calculate. Is it A. 0.5 million krill or B. 1 million or C. 2.5 million krill? Share your guess in the comments.
Now let's do the math. A blue whale eats about 4 tons, 8,000 pounds, of krill daily. Each krill weighs around 1 to 2 grams, so we are using an average weight of 1.5 grams. So, 1 ton equals 1 million grams. That means 4 tons equal 4 million grams. We take 4 million grams with 1.5 grams per krill, equal 2,666,666 krill, so approximately 2,500,000 krill.
Whale travel. Each year, blue whales undertake one of the longest migrations of any mammal, covering 5,000 to 12,000 miles, 8,000 to 20,000 kilometers, round trip. For instance, North Pacific blue whales migrate from Alaska's cold waters to breeding areas near Mexico and Central America. Similarly, Southern Hemisphere blue whales travel between the Antarctic feeding grounds and the warmer waters off South America, Africa, or Australia. A one-way trip takes them around 62.5 days, say 2 months, and more. And not only that, they even contribute to the carbon cycle with their poop. Let me explain. Carbon cycle. The carbon cycle is the process by which carbon is exchanged among the atmosphere, oceans, soil, and living organisms. It involves the absorption of carbon dioxide by plants and phytoplankton during photosynthesis, the release of carbon through respiration and decomposition, and the storage of carbon in fossil fuels and sediments. This cycle is essential for regulating the Earth's climate and supporting life. Now, phytoplankton forms the base of marine food and plays a crucial role in absorbing carbon dioxide through photosynthesis. It contributes to about half of the world's carbon dioxide absorption from the atmosphere and produces a significant portion of the planet's oxygen. By converting CO2 into growing plants, phytoplankton helps regulate atmospheric carbon levels and supports marine ecosystems. Fecal plumes. Whales contribute to the global carbon cycle through the whale pump. When they feed at depth and return to the surface to breathe, they release nutrient-rich poo plumes that stimulate phytoplankton growth, helping mitigate climate change. Without this whale poop, phytoplankton productivity could decrease, reducing the ocean's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide. It's challenging to quantify the exact impact on climate change. But any disruption to the marine ecosystem can have effects on our climate. Preserving whale populations and ensuring healthy marine ecosystems is critical for mitigating climate change and maintaining ecological balance. Thanks for watching. I will make similar videos. Subscribe to see them.